Welcome back to another episode here on the No Idea YouTube channel. Aaron here in the man cave with another trail camera review. Today, we're taking a close look at the Spypoint Flex S Dark, the solar powered upgrade to the popular Flex Dark that I've already reviewed that you can watch right here. If you're tired of constantly changing batteries in your trail cams or you want a reliable set it and forget it option, the Flex S Dark might be exactly what you are looking for. It combines all the same advanced features of the original Flex Dark, but with a built-in lithium battery and a solar panel to keep it running longer, especially in remote spots. You still get the same 40 megapixel photos, 1080p video with audio, and dual SIM automatic network switching for rock-solid connectivity. Plus, there's onboard GPS, firmware updates over the air, and full control through the Spypoint app. I'll start today by breaking down the key features here in the man cave, and then what we'll do is we'll head out into the woods to mount this bad boy, walk through some setup tips, and talk about what makes this solar model stand out from the rest of the pack. So let's get started. Here we go. So let's break this bad boy down to the key features of the Spypoint Flex S Dark and talk about what makes this camera such a strong option, especially for hunters, landowners, and anyone who wants a reliable, long-lasting trail cam. First off, the solar power right here. This is probably the most important upgrade. Flex S Dark has a built-in solar panel mounted on the top of the camera along with an internal lithium battery. That means as long as this camera gets a little bit of daylight, it can stay charged and running for months. No external battery pack, no going in the woods and swapping out AA batteries. This setup is perfect for remote locations or anywhere you don't want to make constant trips just to change the batteries. And since it's an internal battery, it stays protected, weather sealed inside the housing. Next up is the connectivity. Like the rest of the Flex series, the S Dark uses dual SIM auto connect technology. That means it will automatically find and use the strongest cellular signal available, AT&T or Verizon, right out of the box. No more guessing which carrier works best in your area or having to buy a specific model for each property. Just turn it on and it figures it out for you. You're also getting 40 megapixels still photos, which are incredibly sharp for a trail cam, and 1080p video with audio. This is especially helpful if you want to hear what's going on in the background, like turkeys gobbling, deer grunting, or just environmental noise for context. That's awesome. And for nighttime photos and videos, the Flex S Dark uses what's called no glow infrared LEDs. That means zero visible flash, even to the human eye. So if you're trying to stay stealthy on pressured land, public land, or want to monitor trespassers without tipping them off, this is a huge plus. Spypoint also added on-device test and format buttons. I love this because these let you check your signal strength and test your camera angle on the spot without needing to open the app or walk back and forth. There's also a GPS chip inside, so each camera location is automatically logged when you register it on the app. Another nice touch, over-the-air firmware updates, right? No more computers. As long as the camera is connected to the network, Spypoint can push out updates to improve performance, fix bugs, and add new features, so your camera actually gets smarter over time. And finally, let's talk about the Spypoint app. This is where you can control pretty much everything that goes on here. Image transmission schedules, multi-shot options, video requests, and notifications. Spypoint also offers different subscription levels depending on how many images or video clips that you want sent to your phone each month. Whether you're managing a piece of hunting land or just trying to keep tabs on your back 40, the Flex S Dark is packed with features that make it a real contender, especially if you want a camera you can set and forget for most of the season. Now that we've covered the features here in the man cave, let's head out into the woods and get this camera set up. And I'll walk you through mounting it, positioning, and a few tips to get the most out of it. So let's head out in the woods now. I want to walk you through the setup process, which is really simple, and a few tips to get the best performance out of your solar-powered Spypoint cellular trail cam. So let's start with mounting. Just like the Flex Dark, you can use the included strap to secure it to a tree or upgrade to those swivel style mounts for better control and angle. Now I like to place the camera about waist to chest height with a slight downward tilt. That gives you great coverage of the trails, food plots, and mineral sites that you might have. And since this is a solar model, positioning matters even more. you want the built-in solar panel on top of the camera to have a decent view of the sky, ideally facing south to get the most sunlight throughout the day. It doesn't have to be full sun all day long, but avoid heavy canopy cover or thick brush above the camera. Once it's mounted and angled, go ahead and you can power it on and you'll see small indicator light. And now it's time to use the test button on the side of the camera. Now this will confirm that your cell signal is strong enough for reliable image uploads. Aim for 2 or more bars for consistent performance throughout the season. Now, one nice thing about the Flex S Dark is that the internal lithium battery is already built in and rechargeable through the solar panel. So you won't need to swap out AA batteries every few weeks. And just make sure that you have a fully charged internal battery before deploying it for the season, especially if you're setting it up in low light conditions like deep in timber or cloudy fall days. The Flex S Dark takes a micro SD card up to 512 gigabytes, just like all the other Flex models, and it needs to be formatted before first. You can do that right on the camera with the format button right here, which saves you time from pulling the card and doing it on your computer at home. Pull out your phone and you open up the Spypoint app. If this is your first time using the camera, it's super simple. You scan the QR code inside this battery compartment to register and activate it. And the app will walk you through the setup literally in just a few seconds. And once it's connected, you can customize your settings through the app. You can customize things and adjust things like detection sensitivity and trigger interval. You can choose between photo and video mode. You can set how often images are transmitted. You can request full resolution, high definition photos or short video clips if you're on the upgraded plan. You'll start receiving images shortly after the camera detects motion. And if you got good cellular access, this thing will stay running for months with minimal maintenance. Finally, one last tip. Keep in mind the weather in the season. If you're placing this in an area that gets heavy snow or deep shadows in the winter, the solar efficiency is going to drop. In those cases, consider pairing the internal battery with a backup external power source or repositioning it during the off season. So here we go. I'm going to turn it on. I have mine all formatted, SD cards in there. It's flashing. I got a full battery. It's checking for signal right here in the status. It's already formatted with a solid green light right there. All right, she's all set. And then I'm gonna send a test. There you go. Hit the test button. And just like that, it's already been sending me a couple pictures within the last minute. And really, that's it. Your Flex S Dark is up and running. It's a rock solid option if you want long-term, low-maintenance cellular coverage out in the field. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, we'd love for you to subscribe. And to those who are watching and have already subscribed, thank you so much. It means so much to my brother and I. The Spypoint Flex S Dark. It is a powerful cellular trail camera by Spypoint. Thanks for watching. See you out there.
No.